Hey, people, it is Friday and it is 4 o'clock Eastern Time, so that means that it is time to relax, start the weekend, open a beer, do those things that we do on a Friday afternoon. So, welcome to everybody. Really, right now, I'm probably just talking to people who are going to watch this after the fact. So, hey, all y'all that can't make it to the live stream, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is a thing that I do every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bonjour, Anna. So come and join me with this sort of thing. Hey, we have a couple of people that are watching now, so cool. Welcome. It is Friday, and so it is time for a live chat. Let me find my beer here. Yeah. Hey, it's Mandy and Audrey from FC. Man, everybody else. Sandra, JC, Unwan, Jessica, Feta. Man, Brandon, everybody's here. This is the delicious sound of a beer. Alright, and look at that. Gorgeous! You can't hear it? No, well, sorry. I don't know what to tell you about that. It totally should. But, what are you going to do? This is Mystery Brewing's 6 Impossible Things, which if you live in North Carolina and haven't gotten this, you can't yet. You got to wait until next year. But their new, or their summer beer is out now. So definitely check out whatever their new stout is. Feta? Well, it kind of did. There's something weird going on with this window. Hold on, let me see if I can make this bigger, because it is odd. Let's make it 700. Interesting. Well, this whole side thing is real messed up. I don't know why that is. Let's see if I can figure it out right quick on the fly. It's one of those things you can't actually test until it's going. Line height. Let's see how this looks. Nope, not better. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Anywho, yep. Web development with a mic. Yeah, I am not good at that. This is just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing any of that, and I haven't changed anything. So this has got to be something that's changed on the YouTube side of stuff. Let's see if I can. Let's see. The CSS window is about this big, which is real annoying. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't think it's anything I can fix right now. Unfortunately. Anyway. Maybe I'll just turn that off. There. I can still see the comments over here, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can too. If you're watching on a TV, maybe that's not great, but what are we going to do? All right, now what did I miss while I was messing around with trying to look at things? Hey, there's Jesse, there's Feta. Okay, good. Those Alexander, welcome. Joseph, howdy. Christine. Anna. Oh, Anna could hear the beer. All right, good. I'm trying to make new labels for the ink tester station. Hope people appreciate. Oh, the nib testing station. Oh, well, good. I bet they will, because those nib testing stations are kind of hard to find each pen and that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see what you're doing. Michelle. Bart. Lida. Making a cake. Rhubarb cake. I don't think I've ever had a rhubarb cake. I don't even know what that is, actually. So that's cool. Whoa, now my text is just broken. Yeah, that's gonna have to go away. I'll have to figure out later on. Happy Towel Day. Oh, is it Towel Day? I never know when Towel Day is. I'm sure my dad will send me a text. He always does. And he sends me a message on Towel Day. It says, don't forget your towel. But hasn't yet, so. Beer looks like a Coke. This beer actually settled out really quickly. There's no head on this guy at all. It just kind of goes away, but it's not a Coke. Too hot to cook anything? No way. In Colorado? Synaptic Sensation will be the hot spot next Friday through Sunday. Yeah, that's probably true. Cleaning tomorrow. What's tomorrow, Anna? Hey, Brian, welcome. Packing for a short trip to Texas. That sounds like fun. Do I know if I don't, actually. No. Oh, 100 degrees? Wow, that is really warm. Holy crap. That's way hotter than it is here. So, you win. You win. It is 84 here, which is kind of nice. Keep wetting your head. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so the thing they're talking about there, those of you who aren't locals, finally becoming French party. Well, congratulations on becoming French. So the thing they're talking about is that the Triangle Pin Club, or the Triangle Pin Show rather, is next weekend. And it is all weekend, and that is kind of our local show. It's, at least for Audrey and I, and Sandra, and I don't know if anybody else here in the chat is from around here. I can't remember who else I saw. But we'll be seeing a bunch of people there, so that'll be good times. It's a fun show. It's a small show-ish, although we've got a whole new hotel, and I guess that opened up more spots, so we'll see how many people actually show up. I don't know. Being called out for being too lazy to link my my live stream. As if I can even set up a live stream competently. It's 5 minutes from your office. Yeah, cool. It's about an hour from my house. So they moved it about 15 minutes further for me, which is not great. It's really just far enough that it's not worth getting a hotel room, but means Audrey and I will be doing a lot of driving, it looks like, which is not ideal. Especially since that the auction tends to go pretty late at night. That's not great for getting home, but whatever. It'll be cool. It'll be a fun show. Ought to be good. Unfortunately, we can't bring Scraggles. We checked it out, and it is not a dog-friendly hotel, so it can't be done. Can't be done. Anything above 80 is way too hot for me. This is for Jesse. Yeah, 80, yeah, I know. You've got some health issues, I think, that make the heat worse for you there, Michelle. Yeah, 80-something is totally fine with me. I love the 70s. Those are a great temperature, but 80s are totally fine. Up until around 100, I'm pretty cool. Bring an air mattress and crash an Oscar in Father Kyle's hotel room? I don't know. That seems like... seems like I'd get more sleep at home, honestly. We'll see, but I doubt it. So tired at work, you had to take a 10-minute nap. Oh, man. It's nice that you have a job where you can take a 10-minute nap, I guess. That's a good thing. Oh, Braden's here. Hey, Braden. Hey, Kevin. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Nice. Sleep in the bed of your truck? Yeah. I mean, nah. There is actually a tent that they make to go on the bed of this truck. I don't have it though, and so I'm not going to do that. Also, I don't know, hobos might come and annoy me. I don't know what this area of town is like. I don't know if I want to sleep outdoors. I'll just drive an hour. It's not a big deal. Like, I grew up in Texas, and in Texas driving an hour just isn't that big a deal. You had to drive an hour to get to anywhere pretty much where I grew up, so it's fine. I mean, as I remember at the nearest grocery store is like 15 minutes away, and yeah, it's next to Crabtree. Yeah, I don't know that area. It's not a place I ever go. I remember the parking kind of sucks over there, but I've never tried to go to the hotel, so I don't know. Hey, did you get a chance to go check out the bar, Sandra? Because that might be a good thing to know. Whether the bar is going to be hospitable for us, we'll see how it goes. Amazon next day. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad it's not in a bad neighborhood. That's nice. There are some that are in kind of questionable neighborhoods. Like, I didn't really leave the hotel at Philly, but I heard a bunch of people talking about how they didn't want to park down the street because they didn't want to walk around Philly in the middle of the night, that kind of thing. So don't love Houston with the rest of Texas. I mean, Houston belongs to the rest of Texas, but you know. And I had a chance to go to the bar. Well, I mean, it's a little late at this point. We'll just kind of have to deal with what we have, but. At least being at Crabtree, it should be close enough to like eateries and stuff like that where food can be had. Unlike some other pen shows we could probably name, which are far from food. But this one ought to be nice. Ought to be nice. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that next week. I'm not really sure if I'm looking for anything in particular or if I've got anything on my... I don't think I have anything on my shopping list, which is kind of nice. Because I just got back from a pen show and I spent more money than I was expecting to, so, you know. Let's see. Oh, a pen question? What? Have I tried the Pilot 91 or 74? I have a Pilot 9112, or 912, I guess I should say. Where is that? I think it's over here. And that is a very nice pen. I think it's pretty close to the 91. It's not here. I've been rearranging some stuff in my office. I have this, like, cubby over here, which is just packed full of crap. And now it is packed full of crap again, but different crap, which is important, and more organized crap. So I've been doing a lot of paper reviews lately, and so this is one thing of paper, including my Pano book, which I just found, Sandra. So I'll have that one. I'll be talking about that one sometime soon. And I've got, this is all full of notebooks of various kinds. You can see there's a Franklin Christoph in there. There's some stuff I've already done. I'm not going to bother to do Rhodia, I don't think. Because I don't know. I think people know enough about Rhodia that I don't need to do it. We'll have to see how it goes. Let me put this back. So I haven't tried the 91, but it's pretty good. At least that's what I've heard. The 912 is very good. The Custom 74 is a great pen, though. I really like the Custom 74. I've got no problems with that one. Except that my medium nib came a little bit janky, but that's how I feel about all Pilot medium nibs. I think they all kind of suck. So, you know, that's how it goes. Take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. Jim, hey, welcome. Magazine files, any idea? Yeah, thanks. I did just have all these sort of sitting in there, but the magazine file actually works a lot better. I don't know why it's so dark in here. This camera, I can't really pick like an exposure point, so there we go. Yep. Another pen question. I dropped one of my own pens in silicone grease a section as well as a nib unit and put it in your pen well. Yep. And it basically leaked everything into the cap. It was leaking everything into the cap. That usually means that your nib is not set well, because that means there's an air leak somewhere. And if you have silicone greased the threads of the body and of the section, and the nib unit, then it sounds like it's the nib unit. Yeah, it sounds like your nib just isn't set right. So make sure that your nib is pushed all the way in. And if not, then yeah, check out what Jim's saying there about a cracked nib collar, because that can happen. Usually that doesn't have a whole lot of air leakage though, but it could do it. Could do it. 91 in the Yamabudo finish. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds dope, so do that. Hey Bijou, welcome back, and condolences on your recent hardships. Put this over here somewhere. Or bed tolerances. Yeah, I don't know, probably not. I mean, if everything's screwing in, then it's probably fine, especially with the grease. You're using the like silicone grease and not the oil stuff, right? Because the oil stuff is just not good for sealing. It's good for lubricating. But if you want the grease stuff, that's like this. This is what I use, which is vacuum grease. This is from Dow Corning. It's an old-timey bottle. Who even knows how old this is? But it's just like this. It's kind of like Vaseline, but it's not petroleum. It's silicone. And this stuff is great, but it's a solid. Like it doesn't move. It's a solid sort of jelly pasty sort of thing. So yeah, use that for sure. 92, so you have to deal with converters. Yeah, the 91 is a converter pen, right? So. Let's see. How often should we grease the plunger on the TWSBI Eco? Washed a couple and noticed they're stiff and refilling. If it's stiff and refilling, that's when you should grease the plunger. It's actually really easy to do that there because it's easy to take apart. Just put like a couple of drops of that oil stuff that they give you with it, and you'll be good. What happened to my finger? What happened to my finger was I had to take a cat to the vet today. Yeah, well, this came from a lab, Bijou, so that makes sense. I have war wounds. I have a giant scratch here and a bunch up here in this area, and then she tried to slip my wrist down here. It's all from trying to grab a cat and get her into a cat carrier. And then I came home. This actually isn't from the cat now that I think about it. I had to flip the love seat over because the cat likes to get underneath the love seat and get into the underside of it. And so I flipped that over, and I noticed that there's like a cross beam that goes through the middle of the love seat, and that had like broken off or something. The nails had pulled off, so I didn't get nails. Darn it, I was at Home Depot earlier too. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so I was messing with that, and when they had been attaching the fabric to it with the big staples, they had not been careful with that, and so when the staples was out, and I didn't even see it, and I caught my finger on a staple, and it bled freely. So yay! But now it's packed with antibacterial stuff, and it's got a Band-Aid on it. So anyway, that's the story of my war wound. It doesn't hurt anymore. It hurt like blazes for a little bit, but it doesn't hurt anymore. It's fine. Just want to keep the Band-Aid on it for a little bit. Hey Matt, doing good, man. Doing good. Hope you're well as well. Originally planning on the 92 and put out since they don't come in solid colors. Oh, you don't like the the demonstrator look, huh? I get it. Any thoughts on the Pilot Justice 95? I haven't used a Justice 95 actually. I know Figboot has a review on that, so go check out Figboot on pens. I would like to use it one of these days because that nib gimmick seems pretty cool. Although I hear it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Like you're not gonna like dial it all the way back and have a bunch of crazy flex or anything like that. So, you know. Bijou loves her 92. Yeah, cool. I like the 92 too. I think it looks neat. I might get one of these days because I don't have one yet. But I don't know if I need more pens. Doing some cleaning, I've got like, how am I going to display all these pens? So, 91 is a solid version, is the 92M. Huh. Well, one of them has a piston and the other one doesn't, so they're a little bit different, I think. Am I curious about any of the Pen BBS pens? I don't know. I don't, like, if there's one that's not a copy of something, I don't really know anything about the Pen BBS pens, honestly. Let me look at them right quick, see what we got here. Pen BBS. Like I've got a couple of the Pen BBS inks, and I haven't been brave enough to put them in a pen yet, just because they got dire warnings on them about don't put this in anything good. That's Slate. I don't even know where you find Pen BBS stuff, honestly. I don't even know anything about it, so I don't know. Like not know, I guess, but also not really. Let's see. Very sick of you spend the better part of the day playing with a G-Nib and the end of your X750. Yeah, all right, good. Merit copies. Oh, the 350 is the same as the Ion or Ixion. Yeah, I remember that, and that's kind of what put me off of Pen BBS. Like, I'm not, and they've already knocked off one pen, right? So I don't know if I want to give them. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what they look like, but I don't know. Try Etsy. I actually hate going to Etsy. It infuriates me. I don't like eBay either. Those are shops I just don't go to ever. So they made the pin for Namisu. I mean, look, if you make a pin for somebody and they're selling it, and then you go ahead and make the same pin and then undercut their price because your original, that seems kind of shitty to me. Like that's bad business, and no one should ever work with them again. Like if I was Namisu, I would never work with them again. I wouldn't let them anywhere near a design. I mean, there are some companies that make their bread and butter off of, you know, cheating other people's intellectual property. So I don't know. I'm pretty big stickler for that kind of stuff. So I don't know. My custom 74 problem was that, yeah, the ink flow is inconsistent. It was just kind of too dry. It sang or whatever. Love your 309. I'm not sure what that is. Pen BBS 309. What's that? Polychlorinated biphenols. That can't be right. Oh, I have one here. It's a video, though.
Your standard.
This is a Chris Rapp video I'm looking at. This looks an awful lot like a sailor. Yeah, I don't know. That, like, if you put that next to a sailor and didn't tell me one of them was a fake, and I looked quickly, I might not be able to tell. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not my jam. I don't... Yeah, that's Chris Rapp. Like, if you're looking for reviews of, like, Chinese knockoff pens, go talk to Chris Rapp. Or go look at Chris Rapp's channel. Like, he just put one up for the Delight wood hexagonal fountain pen, aka the Ondoro knockoff. I don't know. I don't support companies that just steal other people's intellectual property. It's not cool with me. Because it's intellectual property, you gotta steal it. Or infringe upon those rights, but, whatever, you can spend your money however you like, but also I will. So you won't be seeing any reviews of that kind of stuff here. Not my jam. Oh, but the Custom 74 got worked out by, I had to make it wetter, so I just kind of loosened up the nib a little. I mean, you just kind of, like, flex up on the wings a little bit, and it'll loosen it up. Also, the nib needed to be adjusted, like, needed to be, what do you call it, like, smoothed a bit. It was kind of out of whack. So, make this way a little bit more. Maybe the camera will stop freaking out. I don't know who Frank Underwater is, but, I mean, Chris is a nice guy. I met him at a few pen shows. Seems like a good dude. Somebody started a blog called Defendants of the C instead of a K. Yeah. Philosophical reasons for not stealing intellectual property. Yeah, basically. I mean, like, people are making a living off of their ideas and their, like, mental sweat, their work. And so if they go to all the trouble of designing a thing and then somebody else can just steal that thing and then sell it, they've put in none of their work and they're just reaping the benefits and also keeping the person who legitimately came up with the thing from benefiting. And I think that's pretty bad. So it's why I'm super against things like plagiarism. This is taking the Ixion design is just plagiarism. It's pen plagiarism, and I don't know, super against it. That's my position. So, yeah, I don't even know what the other side of that argument is. I guess it's something like, well, that means more people can get their hand on a thing, and so if they get their hands on something that's like a copy of something but not that thing, like if they weren't going to buy it at 100 and I forget even what the Ixion cost because it was so long ago I got it at Kickstarter, but super against pen plagiarism. Yeah, it's true. Exclamation S, yeah, that's the thing. Pengerism? I don't know. They serve different markets. Yeah, when they serve different markets, like, that's where I'm a little bit torn, because if you're going to buy, like the Moon Man pen, to me, that's just a straight-up rip-off of the Franklin Christoph 66. Just a straight-up rip-off. But one of them's crazy cheap and the other one's not, so, I mean, I guess that means that if you're going to buy the Moon Man, you weren't going to probably buy, like, you're not taking business from Franklin Christoph, or if you're going to buy that ultra cheap Lamy nonsense. I've got one over here somewhere because somebody sent me a couple. I was going to give them to the PIF table. If you buy that super cheap, like, Lamy knockoff, like, you might not have bought a regular Lamy anyway. I don't know. Mont Blanc snake pen ripoff. Yeah, that may not be a big deal either because nobody's gonna, like, you're not gonna buy that. I've got a ripoff pen. Where is it? Here it is. This is my Mont Blanc. I got this pen, well, actually, Audrey got me this pen at a night market in Cambodia. It does say Mont Blanc on it, but I swear at the end here, this little, like, 3 lines look like an E, so I call it my Mont Blanc. But they're not really trying very hard to copy it, like the nib and section, all this stuff is very different. But, I mean, this was picked up in Cambodia for a few bucks and not, like $1,000 or whatever these things go for in the US. So, like, it's not, I mean, I'm not going to buy this pen, but I'm not going to not buy the Mont Blanc. It does. It says Mont Blanc right here. No, it's just 3 lines, but it looks like an E, so that's what I call it. But also, I don't want anybody to think this is an actual Mont Blanc. But I mean, the fact that I have this does not mean I'm not going to get a Star Walker if I wanted a Star Walker, you know? So, I don't know. It's a complicated thing, and I don't really know what to tell you about it. But pack shopping. Any upcoming reviews? Oh, pack shopping. What kind of packs are you talking about, Prep? Like backpack sort of thing? I have a lot of backpacks I like, and bags and that kind of stuff. But tell me more, it's like what you're looking at. $60 versus 700. Rather Hero, copy of Mont Blanc 912. Yeah, I mean, I would probably never pay $60 for a Hero just because every Hero I've had is garbage. But make a ripoff of Bic. Yeah, I don't know. Montverde copied Sailor via Jin Hao. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm just not a big. I don't like it. It's not black and white. Sailor copied Mont Blanc. You don't think so? I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I never saw the original version. I don't know like the history of those companies. But like, here's why I give them a pass. I've had talks with Jesse about this and stuff too. But the reason I'll give like Sailor a pass is because it doesn't seem like Sailor is constantly making a living off of ripping off other people's IP. And also, like the pens are so generic looking. Like they're talking, it's the 1911 that's kind of a copy, but it's so generic looking that I don't know. Whatever. Backpacks and sling bags around 150 to 200 bucks. Yeah, so like a lot of it's going to depend on style, but oh, definitely. If you're trying to fool people, then yeah, no, that's bullshit, and you should be run out of town. Like the Mont Blancs. I mean, they put Mont Blanc on it, and that's like, yikes, right? But and if they just made this and not put Mont Blanc on it, it might be a little different. I don't know. Or if they tried harder to make it a better copy, I don't know. But you know, like the Lamy one is just straight up taking it. You know? Oh, here it is. Like they're just trying to make this pen is just trying to be a Lamy pen. I mean, this is just a knockoff Safari. And the section shape is the same, the nib is different, but everything in here otherwise is the same. They even made the converter look similar. So, you know, I'm not cool with that stuff. It's not my jam. Yeah, I mean, I would check out something like that. So it's telling me that maybe my feed has stopped. So I don't know. Anyway, so bags that are in that price range, which are really good, I would check out things from Rickshaw first if you want. I haven't used any of their backpacks, but I really like their messenger bags. They're real good, and they're less than 150 bucks. They're like 100 bucks maybe. So that's really good. So definitely them. Also, Topo Designs makes some cool stuff. I love Osprey stuff. If I'm gonna be, I don't know if I'm looking a little sportier, perhaps. Let me go grab a couple right quick, because why not? Whoa. Sorry, I messed something up. All right. I have a few bags hanging back here. So, more bags of light colored insides. Yeah. Tom Ben. Yeah, Tom Ben is pretty cool, although I haven't actually ever used one. So this is an Osprey bag. And these are really nice bags. I love these backpacks. In fact, between Audrey and I, we have like 3 of these kinds of things. 2 of them are this model, which is the Comet. I really like this bag a lot. It's good for school stuff. It's good for probably some, I don't know, light hike backpacking stuff. The straps are very comfortable. It has the almighty guarantee, so if anything ever goes wrong, they replace it. So that's neat. This one is a Peak Design Messenger, and this is more in your price range of the 150 200-ish. This might be a little bit bigger, or more, because this is the 15-inch. This is a pretty sizable bag as far as the Messenger goes, but pretty comfortable. It's got a lot of, you know, options and that kind of stuff going on with it. This is probably my favorite small Messenger. This is the Rickshaw's Medium Zero, And you can see it's a lot skinnier. It's much lighter than the Peak design. You can make the insides whatever you want, which is nice. And with the backpacks, same thing. What else? In fact, you can actually have them print fabric for you. So this is made off of a design that Audrey found online. This is another rickshaw bag. And we've got a dark green interior going on, but this pattern is just printed. So, you know, check them out for sure. Those are my favorites at the moment. I'm not going to put all the rest of those up. Let's leave them down. But all those bags are bags that I use pretty often. Aside from Audrey's bucket bag, that's not really my jam. Blame, thank you for massive KB shimmer order. Good, good. How am I liking it? You're talking about the Peak design? I really like it a lot. Yellow and gold bag? Which one? I don't remember which one you're talking about, sorry. I'm liking the Peak design. It was, it carries a lot of stuff. It's really good for organization and that kind of stuff, but am I streaming with a Lumix? No, I'm just streaming with my laptop camera. The Lumix actually can't stream. It's not, doesn't have that function, so I can't do that, unfortunately. Yellow and gold bag, I don't know. Oh, if it was Audrey's bag, then it's kind of like green and white and brown and stuff, kind of like wood. Do you use packing cubes when going on trips? No, I don't ever. Nope. You tried any Urushi or Maki-e pens? Oh, joke about the dress. Yeah, I gotcha. I see now. No, I really haven't. Urushi and Maki-e are real expensive and a little bit out of my price range. I almost bought the Decapod twist that Yevgeny ended up getting in Chicago, but I kept talking myself out of it. And I'm glad it did. It went to a good home, and it's a beautiful pen, but no, I haven't really used any. And Maki-e is really not my thing. It ends up being way too fancy. You want top-down shots integrated into my streams? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Nope, it is not, unfortunately. I would have to get a much fancier camera in order to do that. I just don't have the... it doesn't have a video out, of like a live video out sort of thing going on. I would like to have one that did, so I could use one of my monitors as a monitor or whatever, but no, not yet anyway. I did get some cool new camera stuff though. And if you follow my Instagram, you probably will have seen this, but one of the reasons I've been having so many videos lately is that it's easier to do now that I have this set up. So this looks kind of crazy, I guess, but this is a Manfrotto, there's the name, Manfrotto camera arm, and it's actually said lighting on the box, but it's definitely a camera or whatever light thing you want to put on it. This is a camera attachment. That's my Lumix that I have on it, what I do all my reviews on. Then it's got this thing called a super clamp, which, let me get some contrast. This is a big-ass clamp. Like, there's my head for scale. It's huge, but it's great. You can take out this little triangular insert, and it'll go on, it'll make it attach to poles or whatever. Currently, I've got it set up to attach to straight-on things, like flat things, and I just kind of put it on my desk, and you twiggle this thing around, and it clamps on. And then this is actually a separate arm. This is a small rig, which has just got a clamp arm, like a clamp mouth thing here, and then this is all articulated. And so when I clamp this on my desk, I can film straight down, and I've got like a fill light over here, and pretty neat. Yeah. So this whole setup wasn't particularly cheap, but it was actually cheaper than buying a new tripod with some kind of like fancy articulating head sort of thing going on. And so, you know, patrons need to be more generous. I mean, look, if people want to become a patron, hey, down here, patreon.com/inkdependence. Those of you who are patrons, thank you a zillion times. I bought this with Patreon money, this clamp thing. So yeah, no, they weren't kidding when they said super clamp. And that super clamp will attach to all kinds of things. It comes with, like, it came with this big old bolt thing that you can put in there and then screw on whatever you want here if you just want to use the clamp. You can use it for lighting. You can use it for all kinds of things. There are a bunch of different arms, all kinds of stuff that works there. So, just got your Don't Drink the Ink BYOB t-shirt. Nice, nice. Yeah, don't drink the ink. That's bad. Current Grail pen. I don't really have one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a Grail pen. I'm not even sure what that would be like. Got the exact same rig in your car, just waiting. Yeah, it's a good rig. I mean, it ended up being like, I don't know, $75 or something like that. But I had some Amazon bucks on my credit card, and I've got, you know, patrons that help me out, so I use some Patreon money for that. I figure nobody will mind getting more videos. And I've been doing it. If you haven't been around, it looks heavy. It's not really heavy at all, except for the camera. The camera is the heaviest part. Well, and that clamp. That clamp is a beast. Oh, no, not including the light. The light adds another... I think I got the light for like $25 or something like that. It's one of these newer CN160s. And then this... take this off right quick. This is the small rig clamp and articulating arm thing. And this was like $11. So this adds like another, I don't know, 30, maybe $40, depending on what you can get this on sale. I got it on sale, so it was very cheap. But this whole thing is actually very light if you take the camera off. The camera is easily the heaviest thing on here, because this is like hollow aluminum tubing. You actually can see through it. But it's definitely stiff enough to hold all this stuff. And it's got these, I don't want to mess with it because I'll have to readjust it, but when you when you loosen these nuts, it means you can slide it along the poles, so you can, as I have here, not have it out at the very ends. You can have it in the middle to give you length and this sort of thing. They swivel, they pitch and yaw. It's all kinds of cool stuff. So very good arm. I was actually really surprised by how good this arm is. I was a little dubious because, I don't know, I'm kind of cheap when it comes to gear like that, but D's nuts. That's right, D's nuts. Kind of cheap when it comes to gear like that, but that has honestly made a huge difference. If you've seen my YouTube or not YouTube, my Instagram and stuff over the years, I've posted pictures of how I like the tortured ways in which I have to set up tripods to get it to be perpendicular, like for an overhead shot. This is so much easier, so much better. And so I've been making like a video a day. This counts as my video today, but for the last like 3 days, 4 days, I've been just making a video every day because it's so much easier. I don't have to do 35 minutes of setup and trying to balance things and reach all the way around a tripod. It's a whole mess. So this is a million times better. Don't get satisfied and quit on us. I'm not going to quit anytime soon. Just not the Grail thing. So I don't pick Grail pens mostly because I feel like a Grail pen should be something that's kind of unobtainable, like as a Grail. And I don't know, most pens are kind of, it is pretty much yoga around a tripod, honestly. I did say tighten up the nuts, didn't I? I know, phrasing. Oh, and so I go to a lot of pen shows, which is really awesome, but it also means that I can usually, like if there's something I want, I could get my hands on it as long as I'm willing to spend the money. So I don't think a Grail pen for me should be something that's so expensive. Like, it's not just a Grail because it's expensive, because like, I've got good credit. I've got money in the bank. Like, I could buy a pen. Like, there aren't any pens that I actually want that I couldn't buy. Just, I rein myself in because I'm like, I shouldn't spend that much money on a pen. So that's why I don't really have a Grail pen right now. Maybe I will eventually, but not right now. Not right now. $130 Manfrotto friction arm instead. Oh, yeah, I don't have that. Mine is. Let me go to my Amazon right quick. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It is the Manfrotto 2-section single articulated arm with camera bracket in black. That is $49. And the Manfrotto super clamp with standard stud. I actually didn't even need the stud, but I'm like, why not? This one was a little bit cheaper than some of the others. And that was $29. So 50 and 30 is about $80, give or take. So it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. So daily vids now, probably not daily all the time. The other reason I've been able to do daily vids is I've been doing paper vids, and the paper videos honestly take a lot less time than like a pen review, which takes the most time, or an ink review, which takes quite a lot of time. So when I'm doing an ink review, here's a little bit of, I don't know, behind the camera, making the sausage sort of stuff. I gotta use that ink for a while. Who's the super stud? That is. I gotta use that ink for a while. I have to write out a thing with a couple of different pens. I gotta do the chromatography thing. The only reason that takes time is because extra camera setup. I have to do another. I use this thing and my phone, and I have to like do a bunch of setup for that. And then I have to find comparable colors, going through all my Colodex stuff. And then I have to like film stuff and do the water. A bunch more editing. It takes a lot of time actually. So, you know. So basically, if I bought this setup earlier, I'd have more published videos and likely have more followers and be more famous. I actually don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care about being famous. Like, I care about being helpful to the community. It is nice if people, sub to the channel or whatever. It makes me feel like I'm doing something for a reason. So, if you haven't yet, tell a friend who's into pens about this stuff. Spread the word. I actually don't think that YouTube serves my videos up to people much because I'm not monetized. And I've heard from unsubstantiated sorts of sources that if you monetize them, they are much more likely to serve them to other people because then it's getting them ad dollars. So I think my you hate ads, I hate ads thing does kind of keep it from getting in front of a bunch of eyes. So tell a friend. Post it on YouTube or post it on your Facebook or whatever. Let somebody know. Daily vid should include at least one pet. Opinions from at least one pet. Oh man, that's too many things. I've got a pet over here. Her my floor is a mess. Don't look. Her opinion is that this makes her tired. Like I told you, I was doing some cleaning. So certain parts of my office are now cleaner. Other parts are now way dirtier. Or I guess more cluttered because I didn't have time to put it all away before I had to go run some errands and then do this thing. So, paper videos are great. Thanks, I appreciate that. And one, found any variants in the Fabriano Eco-Quad? I've seen about one that bleeds and feathers like crazy. Oh, that sucks. I haven't, actually. I've only got like 3 or 4 of them, so I don't have a huge collection of Eco-Quad, but I haven't had that problem. Feta here uses that stuff a lot, so maybe he'll chime in. But single mom, pens are having, so I do the money. Nice. Our families can't sleep outside for all the hobo pen groupies. Single all-time favorite pen, paper, and ink combo. Shoot, that's the thing I'd have to make a video about, and I would get flamed so hard probably. I don't even know. Pen, paper, and ink combo. I don't know. I'd have to think about that for quite a while, actually. I have a lot of pens, a lot of paper, and a few inks. Yeah. Your floor is bad too. Good. Exact kind of pet opinion that should be in each review. She's still asleep, by the way. Has not twitched. Doesn't care. Daryl has said there's variants. Huh? Yeah, that's too bad. I don't know. Yeah, Daryl knows some paper, man. That's for sure. So I guess I'm just kind of lucky that the ones I've gotten are good. Just shove stuff around the room then. Well, I'd like to think that I organized it. So in this cubby back here is now paper, and behind that are pen boxes. Like, the boxes that pens come in, which I've got a full bin of over here and a bunch in the closet. Those stupid boxes take up a lot of real estate, so I've kind of moved those in there. But I don't know. I have to find a place for some stuff. But that's how it goes. Never have any heavy feathering Eco-Quad, but Fabriano makes a lot of papers, not only Eco-Quad. Yeah, that's true. They do a lot of different kinds of paper, and some of them are going to be better for pens than others. I mean, it could be that there is some variance. I mean, most companies have some variance at least. Even Rhodia has variance. I mean, I know people pretty well that are sensible people and probably wouldn't lie to me about this, but they say they get all kinds of bleed through and feathering with Rhodia. I use it for reviews, 1, because it's very white, 2, because it's easy to get your hands on, and 3, because it absolutely never feathers or spreads or bleeds. Except for, there are 3 inks that I could name that actually have bled through Rhodia, but that's it, 3, and I've done hundreds of reviews, so, So yeah, that's why I use it. And I know that there's some variance there because other people have told me there is, and I believe them. But I don't know. 2:15 a.m. in Mumbai. Well, welcome. I didn't actually even know you were in Mumbai there, Shub. Maybe I did before, and I just sort of blanked it. Maybe short for me and pins in Brazil are expensive. Yeah. I think. Huh. See, Michelle, not a crazy person, says I have terrible issues with feathering on Rhodia, and I think it's the badges they have access to locally. Yeah, it's totally weird because I never have that. I mean, in hundreds of reviews, I never do. So, and I just pour ink on the page when I'm doing the swatch. So, I don't know. Different models, my suspicion too. The product numbers are the same. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's made in a different place. I don't know. If you have it close, look and see where it's made. Maybe they're made in some different place. But they're probably not because they've got that registration, that thing, that FSC thing. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. Do my cats like to sit on my paper? So yeah, that's the thing actually my parents taught me when I was a very small kid was this thing they came up with called the postage stamp cat theory. And that is if you have a completely open room with a postage stamp somewhere in it, the cat will find the stamp and sit on the stamp instead of sitting anywhere else. Cats love to sit on paper. They love to get into the inside of bags. That is their thing. So, yeah, I don't know. They don't really sit on my paper because I don't usually leave my paper on the floor. But if I have stuff on my desk that I'm working on, definitely Mr. Nose wants to get up here all the time. He is a sitting on top of my desk sort of cat. So, yeah, sometimes. One of your Rhodia pads feathers. That sucks. I want to say my big format Rhodia one does, like, the paper's not quite as good as my smaller ones. And I know the Webbies have, like, inferior paper. So don't get a Webby and judge all your Rhodia by that, because I've heard those are really bad. Moleskine makes paper in different countries instead of Leuchtturm. Discovered an ink brand, and that's helped a lot. Yeah, good. Hey, Leslie, thanks very much. I appreciate that. Tell your grandkids how to do chromatography. Yeah, that's neat. Neat. Are you using coffee filters like I do? Because that's the easiest way to do. Want to drag today, still at work, and no beer? Ooh, that's bad. Man, I'll have one for you, buddy. Clairefontaine owns Rhodia. They are the parent company. So Rhodia does use Clairefontaine paper, but it's like it's the same thing, you know? Yep. But it is different. So all paper reviews should include how good it is for sitting on from the cats. I'll ask. Mimi's Pizza? Yes, Audrey. Definitely get me some Mimi's Pizza. I'm into that. Yeah, so somebody asked earlier in the Slack about the difference between Rhodia and Clairefontaine. And so since Audrey's here, she can confirm. But she likes Clairefontaine a lot, and I don't like it at all. So it's a thicker paper. It's 90 as opposed to 80 GSM. And, yeah, great. Weird. Yeah, it's thicker, but it has a different texture to it. And I think the Clairefontaine is way too smooth. So I end up getting like, I refer to it as skating. And I know other people, I've heard people call it that too, but it feels like you're writing on like you're writing on ice. Like it's too smooth. And sometimes it makes your pen skip because the paper is so smooth that ink doesn't stick to it. Rhodia Premium is Clairefontaine. Well, it's all Clairefontaine. Rhodia Premium is 90 GSM. But it does feel different. It's still it's not coated the same way or something, I think. And it's always, the other problem with Rhodia Premium, yeah, the Rhodia R, it looks like this, actually. This is a Rhodia R. It has a little R down in the corner. And this is the 90 grams. But the other problem with it is that it's all this, like, I don't know, amber color. It says ivory, but this is some dark-ass ivory, so I don't know. It's kind of yellow. It's almost legal pad yellow, not quite. But so I can't use it for reviews. I just use it for writing notes and that kind of stuff. Too smooth and will not dry. Yeah, man. I agree. It's even different? Yeah, that's right. Between the Rhodia and Clairefontaine 90 is different, I think, too. Let's see. Premium is what's in the web notebook? Oh, weird. Huh. I've never gotten one because they're very expensive and I don't really... I've heard bad things. Get more feathering on the A3 rodeo. I wonder if that's to do with the fact that it's on my desk. I don't know, maybe, but I think I do too, which is weird. Like, you'd think they'd use the same paper and just cut it down, but maybe not. Difference in Clairefontaine depending on the notebook, not notepad, etc. that you use. Huh. Some people have problems with Tomoe River and Clairefontaine with skipping. Yeah, I believe it. Looks cream on your screen. It is. It's darker than cream. It's almost yellow. So I've got a legal pad here somewhere. Let's see. Here's a regular Rhodia. Here's I know I have a legal pad. It's a little halvesy pad. Ugh. By the way, whoever invented half-size legal pads is a genius. If I can find one, I'll show you. Well, I think we've lost it. There we go. All right, so this is yellow legal pad paper. This is, I guess it is actually kind of a lot different now that I look at them both together. This is the Rhodia R, and this is regular Rhodia. There. So it's kind of in between the two. It's like a washed out legal pad. But yeah, I'm not going to use it for ink reviews because it'll mess up the whole, I mean, it won't look the same because it'll be on yellow paper. Some inks look really cool on yellow, but there are plenty that don't look cool at all on yellow. And most people aren't writing on yellow. Ah, here it is. So yeah, I got this. What is this? Oh, it's just some notes. This is the landscape pad made by Roaring Spring, and it's just a little legal pad. These things are great, and this paper is actually super good too. That's definitely a fountain pen, and there's nothing coming through the back. So these landscape pads from Roaring Spring are great. I think they're just like this kind of pads, but it looks like they chopped a legal pad in half, but it's really good stuff, man. I think we got that at the NC State bookstore. So, everyone makes a paper called Traccio, which is super thin, it's Tomoe River, holds fountain pen ink very well, probably not as good as TR well, and it's really cheap. Nice. Why are legal pads so dark? Don't know. I don't know. If there's a lawyer out there, let me know. It's a good question, though. Rhodia dot pad I bought in Paris is way better than what I got here in the US. Huh. Interesting. Love to try Fabriano. Totally should. It's good stuff. Used to love mini legal pads. Prefer spiral now. I get it. Fabriano's too fibrous for you? Yeah, it's definitely got a texture. Yeah, I don't have comments on the side of my face today because it's broken. Let's see if it's still good. No, see, it's all broken. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I think I need to redo this plugin. It's not... Something is very wrong, so I just took it away. It looks bad, though. I don't know. It's very broken. So, yep. That means that if Audrey sneaks in, I will see her. But also she's on here, on the comments. So I think I'm safe. Not coated, hence the texture. Yeah, it's not coated, but it also is just kind of a rougher texture. I mean, there are plenty of uncoated papers that don't have that texture to it. It's just, that's just the way it feels, I guess. It doesn't bother me. I like the feeling of it, but, you know. Shameless plug, the FC paper has grip, but it's still smooth, and it's bamboo or sugarcane, which makes it sustainable. Yeah, the FC paper is really good. I'm a fan. I wish it wasn't mauve in most of the pads, but the bamboo ones that I just put up yesterday are real good. Audrey did scare me bad, that's true. You feel it more. Oh, yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Wish it wasn't purple. Yeah, I think it's weird, but, you know. Do you think yours is really expensive? Yeah, it is expensive. Oh, the Fabriano? Oh, weird. That shouldn't be expensive there. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that about the Bioprima book. Neat. What pen cases do I use? Ooh, I use a lot of stuff. Oh, the FC. Well, if you order a bunch of stuff, they'll send it to you for free, but yeah, it is expensive and it's hard to ship. So I use a lot of different pen cases. You like the purple better than the ivory? Weirdo. So One of the ones that I use a lot is this Franklin Christoph Penvelope. This is the Penvelope 6. Gives you really good protection for your pens. Had nice stiff loops in here. The magnet is pretty convenient. The outside is cool. So that's one I use as a 6-pen case. I use these Rickshaw. I don't remember what this one's called, EDC or something like that. But these are great as well. What have I got in here? Oh, stickers and a few of my cards. Nice. I'll put those back. It's got fleece inside the pen holes, which is very nice. It's got like a heavy Cordura sort of outside. That was real good. Confirmed is officially doing SC work. Yep, it's true. Purple is better than yellow in your opinion? Alright, fair enough. You're wrong, but that's cool. Have a good travel solution for 2 pens? Oh yeah, 2 pens is tough. Yeah, you can get a Rickshaw double sleeve, that's true. I have a few of those as well. This is a pretty good carrying solution for 2 pens. I use this pretty often. This is a Rickshaw. They come that way. You're packing for a trip though, so it's a little late. But they're really good. 6-pen can hold 12 pens. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I was about to come to Nock cases. I use Nock Lookouts. I've got a couple of them. I really like these. These are nice 3-pen cases. Real good. I like, what do I do with them? I've got some Notco Sinclairs. I use a lot of Notco stuff, but I also really like the Rickshaw things as well. So those are the cases that I use regularly. I carried this one for like 2 years in my backpack all the time. No wear. Look at that. It's nuts. This suit fabric is so good. So, you know, those are worth the price of admission for sure. What do I do with them? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Couple of Sinclairs. This is the one that holds 3 pens on one side and then has like a open area on the other. So, yep, those are ones I use really regularly. But for 2 pens, yeah, I go for that Rickshaw. Oh, or if you want a stiff pen case, this is the Franklin Christoph 2-pen case. You can see there are 2. You can't see there because the camera is crappy. Anyway, let's trust me, there are 2 pen loops in here that'll hold your pen securely. This is leather, has a flap, goes over. It's quite tough. I haven't gotten to use this much yet. I just got it. This is one of the old saddle boot ones. As a second. So, you know, that's a good 2-pen case. Vanderspec. I don't know that one. Sounds cool, though. Have you tried the Pilot Pinsemble case? No, I haven't. Never even heard of that one. Have a 3-pin case and saddle boot. Yep. And the fake leather. I'm not sure it's fake leather. I think it's real leather. It's just a way different finish. The FXCL. Let's see. Using Lookouts from Nock. Yep, Audrey likes those too. She's also got the Brasstown, which is the rollout one. So if you want to carry a bunch of them at a time, that's good. Little Lab A5 case. Oh yeah, it is like a little messenger bag. Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, so it's the FXCL. It is actual leather. It just has a much different finish on the outside. It's but it is leather for sure. Great suit fabric. Yeah, good. PB, look at that. We're twinsies. It is hard like a cigar case. I don't think in the FC case, I don't think they go all the way down. Well, actually, I think they might. Let me get a flashlight. I didn't think they do, but I can't reach the bottom. I'm glad you asked. They actually do go all the way down. Yeah. Yeah, they go all the way down. So that's cool to know. I actually didn't know that until just now. Yep. Single pin sleeves are every day. Yep, that's good. Good chatting with you too there. Lita? Tell me how to say your name. Laitae. Lita? Late? I don't know. Braden, see you later, man. Have a good commute. Let's see. Hate it when pen cases don't have full-length dividers. Yeah, I get it. Some people don't really want their pens to touch. I see. Close early on Fridays. Wow. All right. FC Mash Drop blue and purple leather is not the same as regular 3-pin leather that you have. Blue and purple. Oh, it's probably different. They've switched leathers a couple of times, so. Friday learning. Friday learning. Yep. I am going to do a video pretty soon on pen cases and that sort of thing. Those will be like little quick hits, I think. Just to tell you things about cases. So, by the way, if you have a particular thing you'd like to see talked about or reviewed, or you have a question like that, send it to the link below here, Independence, and I'll try to work it in. I am trying to do way more of these now, so way more videos and that kind of thing, especially during the summer when my workload is way lighter. So that's nice. Let's see, different types of leather. Yep, isn't that like a zippered case Mash Drop FC 3-pen? I don't know. So your top 10 pens and inks. I don't know. I don't really like doing top 10. I haven't done any of these top 10 lists because honestly, I don't list stuff ever. Like, it's just not a thing I ever do. But they do tend to get mad hits, so maybe I should. I don't know. Top 10 pens. I don't even know how I'd pick it, honestly. I've thought about doing that and like doing it like by color, like my top few in each color family. But I don't know. They're fun. I mean, they're fun to like sit there and yell at the TV about. I know that's what Audrey and I do every time we watch one. We're like, no, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. It doesn't even belong on the list or whatever. Or he thinks that's better than that. Blah. Like, I mean, that's fun to do, but I don't know if I want that aimed at me. See if we get a smaller tooth in case of the usual flap over if it's Model 2. Cool. Cool. I don't know about a zippered case that FC does. They don't really do it. Oh yeah, they do have a zippered one. I always forget about that one, the like eyeglass holder style one. Yeah. Oh. Man, I've had to turn off my fans in here, and it is getting warm. It's 81.5 here in my office, and that's with the air conditioning on. I've got this giant window over here, and it lets in all of the heat. Every heat. Top 10s are made for the clicks. I think they are too. Zippered and had elastic bands to hold the pen. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I do have the AC going, but it can't compete with this giant window. So I've got this window, which is basically like floor to ceiling. And the sun is right there. So it really just pounds here in this room. Just pounds on this room. The AC can't keep up. Not with this room. At least not without freezing out the whole rest of the house. So I don't do that. Yep, that sucks. It does get warm in here. It's the only problem with this office. I love this office, but it gets warm, especially during the summer. With aluminum foil. Yeah, I could do that. I would be that also is the street. So they would refer to me as the crazy guy. Don't have the cooler installed soon. Oof. Cover that part of the window. Yeah, I mean, I've covered the whole window except for the very bottom of it to let the cats have some light, but I'm not going to cover it with tinfoil or whatever. I have thought about getting a new windows because this top bit up here I think is just done with like cheap I don't know, what do they call that glass where it's doesn't let the heat in or something. And I don't think it's that. I think it's just cheapo crap window. So, you know, maybe I'll do that and that'll help. Double pane. Yeah, double pane. It is double pane, but they make them that have like some kind of inert gas in the middle or something that sucks up or doesn't transfer heat. I don't know how it works. It's science. I have one of the scientists tell you. I'm just one of the soft science guys. Model 02. Double glass windows blocks some of the heat. Yeah, this one has it, but it's not that kind. I can touch it and it's hot on the inside. It's not great. Reflective window tint film. I also don't want to blind the people across. Like, I don't want to look like I don't know. I don't want to look like I'm trying to keep the aliens like brainwaves out, you know? Actually, I'm not a doctor. I'm an MA. I don't have a PhD. So Audrey's a doctor, but I am not. Not me. Foyle came on shortly after your now wife moved in. Yeah, they'll do that. Audrey is a Dr. Madison. That's right. It's Dr. and Mr. Madison. So, yeah, don't get that confused. Also not the kind that helps people. She actually did help people. She wasn't the kind that did medicine, but she was working in soil science and like groundwater contamination. So, you know, Brian, assuming the man is a doctor. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, no, she's definitely helped people. That's true. That is true. Can't convince my hubby to film our western-facing sliding glass door. Yeah, I've got some like window cling stuff that's supposed to keep some of the light out, and it looks like it's got a design or something, but not enough for that thing. Yeah, I know people assume I've got a PhD because I'm a university professor, but you don't actually have to be. So, yeah, but that's also why I won't ever have tenure, or at least it's very unlikely I'll ever have tenure. So, have to go to bed. Oh, good seeing you, Vanessa. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, my Band-Aid's coming off. My war wounds. Oh, man. Oh, man. Part of it ripped off because I was playing with duct tape earlier, and the duct tape got on this Band-Aid, and I took the duct tape off. It ripped off the part of the Band-Aid that is stuck to it. Gorilla tape means business. Gorillas are stronger than ducks, apparently. So, yep. Oh, man. Somebody just posted a picture of one of their slipper orchids. These things are beautiful. Lady slippers. I'm not going to grow any, though. They're too expensive. What is tenure? Tenure is... Oh, insulated curtains. You know, I keep meaning to put up curtains in here, and I think that actually might help a lot, and it would like help my light situation. I just haven't yet. So tenure is a thing we have in academia, and I guess in other fields as well, but definitely in academia, and especially in the States, although I think they have it overseas as well, where basically once you've proven your worth to the university, they give you a position where they won't fire you for most reasons. Is it skipping a bit? It might be, but the internet's been a little, like the stream has been choppy today. It looks like it's fine now, Audrey, but it's been choppy for other people I know. And it says my stream health is only yellow, which is not ideal. Sorry. I don't know why that is. But, I don't know. It seems like it's okay on my side. I think it's on the YouTube side that's getting screwed up. Sorry. Oh, so when you get tenure, basically you've spent like 7 years publishing and doing work for the university and working for the departments and all this kind of stuff. And then like they review and decide if they want to keep you forever, and they kind of give you like a lifelong contract, more or less. Now, if you like break the law or stop doing your work in some sense, like there are ways you can get fired, but in general it means it keeps you employed for kind of ever, unless you decide to leave. But they almost never give it to people with a master's degree. I'd have to have a PhD, and tenure lines are very, very rare nowadays because it's a huge financial commitment, and we don't know what the financial times are going to be like. So there's less tenure, fewer tenure positions than there used to be. I thought that hangs your third world country. No, it's probably my third world. No, I mean first world internet. And I've actually got great internet out here. I think some of it's got to be on the YouTube side, because my side, I have a meter down here actually, and it says that it's only dropped 2.3% of frames, which is actually pretty good. But it's saying my throughput is like a lot, so it seems like I'm doing fine. I don't know. Tenure exists to give researchers freedom. Yeah, that's why it exists. That's just not what it was. Yeah, so the reason for tenure, and this is to give people academic freedom. So if I want to do research or I want to publish things which are scholarly but may not be, like maybe something that like the public gets pissed about, it means the university can't really fire you for publishing stuff that makes people unhappy, because you're supposed to have academic freedom to do your work. Yeah, it all feels like that for sure. For sure. Maybe just full-time employment is much replaced with part-time. Oof, that sucks. It's not good at all. So I'm technically a lecturer, which means that I am a university, so when I say I'm a professor, I'm referring to the job I do and not the title I hold. So in the US, a professor is somebody who has tenure. And a lecturer, like that's the job title. And a lecturer is somebody who does not have tenure and is usually employed by like contract to contract sort of work. But like the job I do is professing, so I'm a professor. So it gets confusing, and they use a whole different set of things over in Europe and stuff. The words are all different. So, lecturer is someone who only teaches at college level, doesn't do research. Yeah, not really anymore. There are all kinds of different tracks for lecturers. Lecturers are just people who don't have tenure and aren't on their non-tenure track basically, but not adjuncts. It means you're employed full time, but you're not on the tenure track. Whereas an adjunct is someone who is employed part-time and is not on the tenure track. So, yeah, everything is zero-based budgets. Yeah, yep. Limiting tenure allows academia to create its version of the gig economy. Yep, and that's not great. It is not great. I mean, I've heard stories of people who are lecturers and adjuncts and stuff like living in their car because they just can't make the money. Yeah, academia job titles are real weird. So, yeah, I don't know why it's dropping. I think it's got to be a problem at YouTube and not a problem with me because, whoa, weird. Yeah, okay, I just looked and I can look at my stream health. It looks like it's good. And every once in a while it's like not great. Resolution sucks. Then it goes to healthy, and then it goes to resolution sucks, and it says no data at 504. Anyway, seems like it's kind of okay. Current resolution is 852 by 532, which is not optimal. That is accurate. Anyway, I don't know. What's needed to move up to tenure? There are so many things. So in order to get a tenure line job, in general, you have to have a PhD, and you have to be hired onto a job that has that tenure track. So when I say a tenure track, it means think of it like a railroad track. If you get on the railroad track, like you can go to tenure. You could stop along the way, but you can go to tenure. I am not on that track, so I can't go to tenure. Only way to teach at a college is being a doctor. Can't be fired, and there are many other ways of doing research outside. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I don't know. You know, lots of grants, publish lots of things with solid base of grad students. The department has to like you. Yeah, in the sciences, that's accurate. Yeah, that's right. Yes, tenure track. So because the rest of the department hates them. Yeah, I mean, like I understand. I think there is something important about being like basically decent to work with. That's important for tenure. Like there's a fittingness that I think needs to be there. Because I mean, if you can be a drag on the university by being a jerk or being just too weird to get around people, because you do have to do these other things. Like you have to give presentations and you have to give, papers, and you have to teach, and you have to like deal with grad students and get them through things and write grants. And I mean, you can do some of those things while being a total like weirdo, but not all of those things. And you're making the people around you miserable at the same time if you're a total weirdo. So, I mean, I get it. It's not great, but I get it. I get it. In the humanities, it's a different sort of gig. We don't have to write grants mostly because no one would give them to us. So it's not really, there's no point in that. But you have to publish like crazy. You have to do a lot of publishing in good journals. You have to maybe write a book. You've got to get like decent teaching things, but mostly it's publishing. That's the big thing here. Usually by the time, at least in the departments I've been to, if you make it to the time where you'll be being judged for tenure, then you'll probably get it. I've seen very few people not get tenure, but terrible politics. Yep. Made you submit a master's thesis despite having passed quals? That sounds weird. I don't know. Also, Bijou, I do want to hear about your, probably Audrey, I want to hear about your weird college experience when you come up here. So we'll see you next week. That'll be fun. YouTube is bad because all the people traveling the weekend streaming in their cars. Yeah, could be. Well, hi, Clipsy. Welcome. She just woke up, looked straight at me, and goes, meh. Do you want to come up here and be on TV? Come on. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh. Come here. She can't decide if she wants to be on here or not. You want to come up? Come on. Come on. Come on. You got to jump. You didn't want me to pick you up. You got to jump. All right. Ugh. I guess she did want me to pick her up. An animal has appeared on the stream. A wild Clipsy cat appears. She won't be here long, though, because there's no room on my desk, and she hates being on my lap. She is not a lap cat. And that I woke her up. I did not wake her up. She woke herself up. Didn't you? It was just time to wake up. I know. You want to mew into the microphone? Got anything else to say? You see that stink eye? Look at that stink eye. You're a good girl. But you're kind of... You got a stink eye right now. Alright. Yep. Yep, Kate. That is true. Yep. Well, if you make some time and come out here on your way home, Bijou, we have lots of kittes. And a dog. And a million nail polishes, so... You know. Come on out. My analytics are kind of okay, but... Whatever. I don't know what's going on with my stream. It's not great. Sorry about the quality, y'all. I blame YouTube. Because mine still says my drop frames are 2%, so that's not bad at all. 30 frames per second. Barely using my CPU, like 22% of it. Good. It's all of them. All right. All right, I need title suggestions, y'all. I wanna sign off because it is 5:30. Oh, 5:18 here. And I would like to I don't know, go into a room where it's cooler, honestly. I actually want to play some Secret of Mana on my Super Nintendo Classic over here, but it's warm, so I think I'll go into a different room and do something else. Maybe I'll fold some laundry. But so give me some of this. I blame you too. It's beer o'clock. Tenured Kite. In search of a cooler room. That's fun. What else you got? So far, In Search of a Cooler Room is the winner for right now. Actually, I didn't even realize that it was Memorial Day coming up. I thought that was after the Penn show and not before. So I didn't even know. Nope. Nobody's got a cool title. All right. In Search of a Cooler Room. It is. Brian, you're the big winner. Big winner. All right. Okay, party people. It is 5:20. It is time to Tenured Kite. Cooler, big winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yep. Enjoy your weekend. Hey, you enjoy your weekend. Next week, I will be coming to you, if all goes well, live from the Penn show, which ought to be neat. I haven't been to this hotel before, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I imagine there will probably be internet because the internet is good in Raleigh. War Wounds, I took the cat to the vet. Oh, I like that. So far, that's winning. Anyway, so I'll be live from the Raleigh Penn show. I imagine it'll be okay. I'll figure out a way to do it. So that'll be good fun. Your daughter graduates tonight. Wow. Awesome. Congratulations. Graduates high school, huh? Good. Good, good. Has she got her, I hope she's got her next steps planned. Or, you know, not. Either way, I don't care. I'm sure things will be good. Congratulations on graduating. That's cooler. All right, that's cool. Is she going to college somewhere? Is all this academic talk relevant at all? I'm going to Texas for a high school graduation this weekend. Oh, nice. Wow. High school graduations in Texas, in my experience, are always outdoors, and it's always a zillion degrees. At least that's how mine was, and there were like 600 and like nearly 700 people. A bachelor's in innovation. That sounds awesome. We had like almost 700 people in my graduating class in high school, and it was outside, and of course it was in June, and so it was bad. Video game design is the dream. Oh. You know, Michelle, hit me up offline because I know some video game designers who would be willing to talk to her about um, you know, the path to get there and all that sort of thing. I'm actually good friends with one or two of them, and they've been willing to talk to complete strangers in the past. So, yeah, let me know. And they're like legit companies too. So, let me know. Try to help you out. Yeah. Well, I went to SMU as an undergrad, and SMU actually had the first like graduate video game development program. It's called the Guildhall. I don't know if that's super valuable anymore, but I've got some buddies who would be willing to talk to her, and so give me some information. And I mean, if she wants to talk to them about what paths to take and things to do like that, you know, let me know. Death by Death by Smoo Smoo. Yep, will do. Sounds good. No, nobody ever says that. No, it's SMU, and we don't make that mistake. We are the Harvard of the South. All right, kids, I'm out of here. It is almost 5:30. Y'all have an awesome weekend. I will come to you live from Raleigh next week. And until then, enjoy the videos. Remember to hit me up down here if you have something you want to see reviewed. And I'll try to push that to the top of the list because I do take requests. And I will see y'all later. Peace out.